Tonight we're about to get on the floor. La, 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 la. Oh yeah. Alright, I'm ready. Hi everybody, welcome to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about all the books I read in May. I'm going to be doing things a little differently. I am not going to be calculating pages or average rating because I don't care. I don't want to do that math right now. I don't feel like it. So we're not going to do that. We're going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be ranking all of the books. So we're going to start from the bottom all the way to the top. Just a little bit of R&R ranking and review. Get it? We're going to start strong. And when I mean strong, I mean my DNF for May. And that was The Only Survivors by Megan Miranda. I don't even know if I even got halfway. I just got bored. So I think the biggest reason why I DNF'd this book was because I like my thrillers to be really fast-paced. Like, things going on constantly, okay? I'm very particular about them. So when I was introduced to not one, but two, not three, not four, like 5 different characters, I was like, I can't keep up. I can't keep up at all. There are chapters that are kind of like in particular people's like POV, and it got interesting because, you know, the main girl got a text from the guy that already died or something like that. She like found his phone. But it took so long for it to even be remotely interesting to me. I just did not care. And I was like, what is the point in like making myself suffer through the rest of this book? I'm just gonna DNF it. So I DNF'd The Only Survivors. I don't think I'll ever get back to it. I think I'm just gonna say bye-bye to this book and maybe just look up the ending or something. I don't know. There's that. I'm just very particular. I like the fast-paced thrillers. Coming at you strong with a 2.5 rating is Hideaway Heart by Melanie Harlow. I liked the concept of this book. First of all, what I didn't know is that this is part of a series, but I don't really care. I don't think I'm going to continue the series, obviously, because it's a 2.5. A 2.5 rating is average. It's an average book. It just wasn't above average, and I didn't care. I don't care enough to continue the series. So I was really excited for this one because this is about a celebrity, country music star sensation. Right? Yeah, I think she's a country music star. Anyway, it's about a country music star with her bodyguard. And essentially, it was fun to listen to, but it was just a lot of spice. Mostly, all of their stuff was physical. I feel like there wasn't really a lot of, like, depth with these characters, but I liked the little music stuff they talked about, and like I like it when there's a book that has like a celebrity trying to pretend to be a normal person or whatever. It was fine. It was very, what is the word? Spicy focused? That's not the right term. It was just very focused on the physical attraction, not necessarily the emotional connection. And speaking of fast-paced thrillers, I did read Brain Damage by Frida McFadden on my Kindle, but however, this was not her best thriller. I rated this a 2.75, and the only reason it is not a 2.5 is because I just enjoy the way Frida McFadden writes her thrillers. Like, I feel like I can never really go wrong with her, even though I know this is like a lower rated book. They're very fast-paced. I'm comfortable with her. I know that she's gonna write a thriller that I will fly through and enjoy. However, this was one of her earlier works, and you could definitely tell. This one was just about this woman that got shot in the head, and she had brain damage, and her brain was like messed up, and she is slowly putting together pieces of like what happened. She's slowly regaining memories, and I like the way it was told because we would kind of regain memories alongside her, and I thought that was fun. But the culprit and everything like that was pretty obvious at the very end, and kind of the relationship-ish thing that happened between our main character and this other guy, it was really random to me. Like, it was like one day he hated her and like the next he was like caring about her, and that was kind of weird. Okay, hopefully the angle isn't too much different because I did have to change my battery. Either way, like, yeah, 2.75. Like, it was still like enjoyable to read and easy to go through. So iffy about this one. I just read this in a reading vlog, and I will link it down below if you guys want to check it out and to kind of get more of my thoughts on it, but I'm going to try to do my best to explain all my thoughts on Starside. So I rated this a 3. I decided to go with a 3, and I took my time to kind of think about it too, because, you know, everyone was rating this book like super highly, and I kind of like thought it was me, but like I think I understand it, and let me explain it a little further. So this is the first book to, obviously, Starside, Alex Astor's new adult fantasy, romantasy series, whatever. So something I did point out is that I think that the way our main character thinks is very juvenile, and I still think that's true. And I can't really explain why, because I don't really want to spoil it for you, but it has to do with like a specific reason that she wants to see the gods. It's a very specific reason, and when I read her reasoning, I was like, okay, sure, like whatever. Like it kind of made me roll my eyes a little bit, because it's kind of like, of course that's what you're gonna go do, but when you go and do said thing, then what are you gonna do? Like there is a plot, right? But it's very like all over the place. Like she's here, she's there, they're here, they're there, they're there, doing this thing, this thing, this thing, this. Like it's like a big adventure, and I don't think I loved that. Because I kind of just like a more straightforward plot, like, oh, this is what we're gonna do, and I didn't expect them to be traveling throughout basically the entirety of this book. That's something that is my fault, because I literally think that the point of the book is them traveling most of the way throughout this whole book, and I just didn't love that. I kind of got bored. There were a lot of things happening, and it was almost like she wanted to insert all of these different creatures, these different beings, these different magical objects, and I was like, is this something I need to remember? Because she's talking about it. But it's like, it was just like a bunch, like a list of all these different things, and I'm like, are these things I'm gonna actually have to remember? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see in the next book. But I think that the ending of this book set up really well for the next one, and I think I'll enjoy the next one a lot more than this. So that's kind of why it's a 3 for me. Like a 3 is still above average. I think that it should have been a little shorter with the adventure, because I think that it was really hard for me to get through. But I do think the ending set up really well for the next book. And there were things that happened that I didn't really expect. Oh, and also, like, when she introduced, like, these other, like, minor-ish characters, it took them forever to come back, to the point where I, like, forgot about them. I forgot they existed. And also, dragon part of it also felt really random, because, again, that didn't get brought back up for a long time. And relationship-wise, also, when it comes to, like, the enemies to lovers part, he was pretty mean to her in the beginning, but, like, he kind of got over that pretty quick, and I feel like that happens very often, unfortunately. We're coming up with our top 2. So, in second place, we have Stolen Midnights by Catherine Quinn. Yeah, Catherine Quinn. In my reading vlog, I seem really annoyed at this book, but I think it's because it just reminded me of a lot of other books that I already read, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It was just like almost a repeat, and I was like, why am I reading this again? With further thinking about it, I decided to rate this book a 3.75. Ren is supposed to get a gift when she turns 18, a gift from the gods, and then she doesn't get anything, and I thought that was really interesting, so she was kind of looked down upon, but it turns out, you know, the guy stole her gift, and then he opens up the locket that she was to receive, and then he sees his face in there, and I was like, that's so interesting. Why are they being tied together? I do wish that they kind of had a little bit more of like a slow burn romance. It kind of felt like they fell for each other really fast. I did guess a little bit of the ending, but I still think it was really interesting, and also it did get really dark at one point, and I thought that was honestly, like, again, interesting. I really enjoyed this book, so I think if you're somebody that really likes Once Upon a Broken Heart and, like, The Thorn Queen, and also just the Regency vibe, I think you'd really enjoy this one. And then, something I did not expect. Something I definitely did not expect was my 5-star read for the month of May, and I'm sure you guys know what it is, and that was Reckless by Elsie Silver. I know, I had no idea. I literally cannot believe I rated this book. I'm pretty sure I'm wearing the same exact shirt. I'm wearing the same exact shirt I wore in the reading vlog for this. This is the 4th? Yeah, this is the, wait. This is the 4th book in the Chestnut Spring series. This one is following Theo and Winter. And Winter was a character I was always super interested in, because Winter is kind of the one that's more quiet, more reserved, more cold, and I was really curious about her character, especially when she was introduced in the first book to the series, Flawless. Theo is like a golden retriever type of guy, like very dynamic. Reminded me a lot of Play Along by Liz Tomforty, which is another book that I really love and rated a 5-star. I don't want to get into what this is about, even though I'm sure, not like what it's about, but like the trope. I feel like the trope of this book kind of gives it away, so I'm not gonna tell you. There was just a very specific scene in this book that I really, really loved, and I think that's why it's a 5-star for me. The way I rate my 5 stars is just a feeling. It doesn't have to meet a particular like quota. Like, it just needs to make me feel something, and I think that's why this is like a 5-star. The scene in the book, like, I just can't get it out of my head still. Like, I think about it all the time, and I just loved Theo for that, and it was really, like, sad, but also, like, heartwarming. So, with that being said, I only have one more book in the Chestnut Springs series to read, so I'm really, really excited to finish this series up, and then I have her Rose Hill series, so I will start that after. But I really like the world. It really gives spring summer vibes, so I'm hopefully gonna get to Heartless soon. And with that being said, that felt very, very quick, but that is the end of my May reading wrap up. I kind of like doing the whole ranking system, so let me know if you guys liked this format of a reading wrap up better. I feel like it's just easier for me, especially when editing. That is the end of today's video, the end of the monthly reading wrap up. I can't wait to get into my June reads. This is my first reading wrap up with a camera, so that was really, really fun. Let me know your favorite book that you read in May. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!